Okay, so in this video I'll be talking about set operations and Venn diagrams with three sets. So this is section 2.4. You should have already done the introduction to section 2.4. So here you've got your your universal set, which is 1 through 9, the natural numbers, and then you've got sets A, B, and C. And we're asked to find A intersect B union C prime. So first of all, I think I would find, well, first of all, you want to do what's inside the parentheses. So I think I would find C naught first, or the complement of C. So remember, C naught, or the complement of C, is everything that's in the universal set that's not in set C. So certainly that would be 1. 2, 3, 4 are in C, but 5 is not. And then we have 6 and 7, and then 8 and 9 are not in C. So again, it's basically the numbers that are from 1 to 9, the ones in the universal set that are not in this set, and that's 1, 5, 8, and 9. And so now we're going to combine, or we're going to union that with set B. So B union C prime, so let's go ahead and put that right here. So what I like to do is I'm going to write set B, that's 1, 2, 3, 6, and 8. And to that I need to add anything that I don't already have that's in C prime, or the complement of C. So we already have 1, but 5 is not in our set, so we need to add that. We already have 8, but 9 is not in our set. Now I could put it in order, but we're going to go ahead and find the intersection of this set with set A. If you want, you could actually write set A, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to intersect these two sets. So what do they have in common? Well, that would be 1, 2, and 3. And 4 is not in this set here, but 5 is, so don't forget the 5. All right, and so, let's see, let me make sure I have that right. Okay, so we're good on that one. We're going to move on to number 2. Now on number 2, I would encourage you to try these if you understand what we did in the intro and what we just did. Basically, we're just writing the actual elements here. So I'll go ahead and just do it for A. So A is going to equal the set of elements in set A. Well, that's everything in here. So all the elements in there, we've got 3, 11, and 12. And then down below here, we have 5, 6, and 7. Now, just to be, we're going to go ahead and put these in order here. It's just a little bit easier to tell that you have the right answer when we put them in order. It's still the same set, but we normally would try to put it in order. So 3, 5, 6, 7, 11, and 12 are in that set. So again, I would encourage you to try to do the other ones and then to check your answers. All right, so A union B is everything that's in A, that's everything in here, and we're going to combine that with everything in B. Well, we already got the intersection here, but this part we don't. And so A union B, we're basically, it's everything that's in A, every element in A, or in B, or in both. So it's really the union of the two circles. And so let's go ahead and write that out. There's a whole bunch there. We got 11, 12, and 3. I'll go ahead and put the 3 first. And we got 5, 6, 7. And then over in B, the stuff we didn't already get, 1, 2, 9, and 10. So again, just to clean things up a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and write these in order. We got 1, 2, 3, not 4, 5, 6, 7, No 8. We do have 9, 10, 11, and 12. So let me just double check my work there, and that looks good. All right, let's look at B intersects C. So let me go ahead and clean this up over here. All right, B intersects C. So that's what sets B and C have in common. And B and C have in common this region right in here. So those are the elements that are in set B and also in set C. So 5, 7, and 9 is going to be in there. All right, we got C prime next. So the complement of C, that's everything that's not in C. Let's see, so that's all this stuff out here. Everything that's not in set C. All right, so let's see what we've got here. Well, we've got 11, 3, and 12, or 3, 11, and 12. We've got 1, 2, and 10. And let's see, there's nothing in set 8. And so I think that's all we have. So let me go ahead and write those in order. Actually, let me finish this up a little bit. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, and then 10, 11, and 12. All right, so we're good there. And then finally, again, let me go ahead and erase this part and we'll start over. Okay, and A intersect B intersect C. That's all the elements that are in A and B and C. And so that would be in region 5 here. So that's just going to be 5 and 7. All right. Let's move on to the next page. Okay, it says construct a Venn diagram illustrating the hold on a second here. The given sets. Okay, so well, let's see. We've got to be careful. We want to work inside out. We talked about this with two circles. So we're going to work inside out. So we're going to start in the set here of elements that are in all the sets. So if you look at A, B, and C, it looks like E is the only thing they have in common. So we're going to put E in here. All right, let's go ahead and look in this region right here. So that's A intersect B. What do A and B have in common that we don't already have? Well, we know they have E in common. Let's see. Besides E, it looks like they also have, notice, H and I in common. So let's go ahead and put those in here. And we're now working in the 3 sections where there's overlap between the 2 circles. Next we'll look right here. So we started in the very middle and now we're working our way out into the overlap of 2 circles. So here for sets A and C, we know they have E in common. Is there anything else? Well, C has F and G, and neither of those are in A, and so there are no elements to add here. Now let's go ahead and look at what B and C have in common. Well, we see that, let's see, B and C, besides E, they do both have F, but not G. So we're just going to put F in there. And now we're ready to fill out the rest of the circles. So now we can work here, here, and here. So let's start in A here. So we already have H, I, and E. So we're missing A. We need to put A in here. And in set B, let's see, we need B. We also need C. We already got E, F, H, and I, and so that's all we're going to be putting there. And then finally down here, we're going to see, let's see, E, F, and G. We just need to add G right here. And so now we've completed the circles. Anything that's in the universal set that's not in A, B, or C, we need to make sure we add. Well, if you look at the universal set, we've got A, we've got B, we've got C. It doesn't look like we have D. So let's go ahead and put D down here. And E we have, F, G, and H, and I we have. So it looks like that's going to be it. So if you filled your Venn diagram out like that, then you had it perfect. All right, let's move on to the last example. It says describe each region. So we got to figure out how to describe these shaded parts. So this is some good problem solving. If you understand what we've been doing, you may be able to figure it out. I would encourage you to try it first. Maybe I'll go ahead and do the first one with you, and then you can try the other one, and then I'll give you the answer to that one. So on A, notice if we just had this part here, we would have A union C. So A union B. So why don't we start with A union B, and let's intersect that well, let's see what we have here. What I'm just thinking, whoops. Let me go ahead and erase this here. What we don't have is, this is actually A intersect B. So we have A union B and basically not A intersect B. So A intersect B is this part here. So that's what we're removing by intersecting A union B with this set here. So basically, let me just say it this way. This region, or these two regions here, are basically A union B and not A intersect B. I think that's the best way to say it. All right, so why don't you see if you can figure out how to do B, and then watch the video. All right, so let's look at that. Well, basically, if we had this part here, wouldn't we have B? And so basically, let's go ahead and start with B. So we have B, but notice we don't have A. It's the part of B that's not in A. And so we could write this as B and not A. So it's basically the part of B, but we don't have A. So we have B and not A. I mean, not A basically is all of this. And of course, this is B. What do those have in common? Just the shaded area. So these are a little bit tough, but I think you have one of these in the homework, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to do it now that we did these two. All right, and that's it for this video here.